All right, guys, you know what they say. Music puts you in a place and time. I have a story to tell about the iconic album Raising Hell by Run-DMC. I hope you enjoy. What's going on, guys? I'm Clarence, back again with another video, and today we got to talk about the iconic album Raising Hell by Run-DMC. All right, so we all know this album, but this album just puts me in a place, and I got to talk about the story behind this album. All right, so this album dropped back in '86. Just finished my junior year of high school and getting ready for AAU basketball. I had never played AAU basketball in my life, and somebody told me they were hosting AAU tryouts at Wayne State University. So I go to the tryout, place is packed. Everybody trying to make this team. And what they end up doing was just having us do a lot of scrimmaging. All right, I'm gonna get back to this album. So we did a lot of scrimmaging. So we had an opportunity just to kind of show what we had. And so I think it was maybe a 2 or 3 day tryout. And everybody's balling, man. Some good players at this tryout. So they started calling out the teams. So they started off with, like, I guess the teams that, the guys who really weren't top tier. They were forming these teams, and I guess if you were on the lower tier teams, you just played some AAU ball somewhere, but they were really looking to fill a squad for Team Michigan, okay? So they're calling teams, calling more, not teams, they're calling more names, and they hadn't called my name yet. I'm like, man, they getting close to like the final squad. And I'm sitting on the ground on the court, and they like, all right, they called the last names. I'm on Team Michigan. I'm like, wow. Now, I was playing good ball, but man, all the guys that were on that team, man, all these cats were like all city. They were, names, big names, So let me tell you the squad. This squad included Terrence Wheeler, Detroit Southwestern, ended up going to Arizona State University. Victor Alexander, Detroit Denby, played at Iowa State, played in the NBA with Golden State. Doug Smith, Detroit McKenzie, went on to Missouri, played in the NBA. His teammate, Johnny Woodson, he was like a 6'5" tweener, could jump out the gym. He was on the squad. Robert Neely, Detroit Mumford, about 6'5", jump out the gym. Joe Marion, Detroit Mumford, he about 6'7", biggest hands. He had like Kawhi hands before Kawhi Leonard. Hold the ball like it's a little volleyball. Jump out the gym. Joe and Robert Neely, they both end up going to Tennessee State. And then Anthony Buford, I think Anthony Buford was from Flint, from a school up Flint. And he ended up going to Akron and played for Huggins. And then he transferred to Cincinnati with Huggins. And, they made the Final Four, Anthony Buford. Then my Cass Tech teammate from JV, Floyd Johnson. Then we had a kid named Darren McKinney. I can't remember where Darren McKinney went to high school, but he was a really good player. And I think he finished his career at the University of Detroit Mercy. And then we had one other guy. We had a white guy on our team named Skip. I think Skip was from Mount Clemens, but he was like about 6'5", 6'6". He could shoot the ball. He was good. He was a solid player. All right. So we make the team, and so we got to start kind of preparing for the national tournament, which is in Washington, D.C. So we go to a couple of scrimmages, and we went up to Concordia College, which is near Ann Arbor, to play in a little short tournament. So we had a chance to kind of do our thing, get prepped, get prepared. Now, they also had a second Michigan team, which I believe was the Super Friends. I think Steve Smith played on that team. He didn't play with the team Michigan. He went with another team. So they also participated, and they went to D.C. as well. So we're getting ready for the tournament, and we got 2 vans to get us there. And this album had just come out. It just dropped. I forgot who had the tape, but we played it all the way there, all the way back. It just played. And props to our coaches who definitely was older than us, but they was jamming on this Run-DMC Raising Hell album as well. So this makes me think of my AAU days and the fact that we just played this all day. Like, you know, it takes about, 8-10 hours to get to Washington, D.C. And we ain't played nothing else. This played the whole time. And let me talk about my teammate Skip. I cannot remember Skip's name, his last name. But this drove him crazy. It was like probably culture shock for him to be listening to this hip hop as we're driving all the way to DC, and like no other tape was going in the deck. It was just this Raising Hell. And I can remember they was kind of joking with him, messing around with Skip. And while we were there, we had an opportunity to do a little sightseeing. You know, we had some off days. So I remember we were near the Washington Monument. And, you know, we're all amazed seeing all these nice monuments. So Skip wanted to go and, you know, go up and go to the top. But it was a line. It was a long line. So Skip was like, all right, fellas, I think we should get in line, you know. And everybody was looking at him like, we ain't getting in this line. They just shot him down like, nah, bro, we not doing that. So, man, they just did Skip so wrong. So I remember, I'm not done with the story. I remember the tournament, the first day we got there. So we're practicing, well, all the games were in, I think, McDonald Gymnasium, which is the gym that at the time, Georgetown, they used to have their games in there before they turned into, you know, big time Georgetown with Patrick Ewing. So they would play in this little gym, but that's where most of the games were being played there. Not all of them, but some of them. So we get there, we get to the campus, and we walk into this historic, you know, university, and we walk into the gym. And as soon as I walk in, the whole team, we walk in, and I look to my right, and Patrick Ewing is sitting on the bleachers like this. Oh, I just rocked my camera. Story time. So Patrick Ewing is laid out on the bench, just chilling out. And I look, and I'm like, Patrick Ewing. So I looked at him, and he said, what's up? Because we made eye contact. He was like, what's up? And I was like, what's up? And he kept walking like, wow, Patrick Ewing is here, you know? I can remember shortly after that, running to a payphone, to a booth, and calling home to let my parents know we made it, we're here, and I just saw Patrick Ewing. So that was just such a awesome memory. So to wrap up with this Run-DMC album, Raising Hell, let me talk about the songs on it. Peter Piper, It's Tricky, My Adidas, Walk This Way, Is It Live, Perfection, Hit It Run, Raising Hell, You Be Illin', Dumb Girl, Son of Byford, and Proud to Be Black. This was just, they took it to the next level with this album. I remember, you know, we came back from the tournament. Now, we did pretty good in the tournament, but We didn't win it all. We ended up losing to a team from Memphis, and they had a point guard that was the truth. A guy named Elliot Perry. I just remember this little quick guard, and he had on these rec spec glasses. He ended up going to Memphis State. So we lost to Memphis in the tournament. Tournament was over. It's time to go home. And what did we play? Run-DMC, Raising Hell, all the way back. Finally got back home, and we all being picked up by our parents, and just kind of, we had such a good time. But I remember at the very end, Skip, the white guy, he said if he saw Run-DMC, he would do harm to them. He was so sick of this album. If I saw Skip, he would probably remember this as well. So this is my Run-DMC story. I always talk about the fact that music puts you in a place. And this one, when I listen to this album, when I see this album cover, I think of my AAU days, my AAU tournament. Now AAU is like a whole different animal now. It's like, it's all year round, but this was my first time playing on an AAU team, and we qualified, or our team represented the state of Michigan for the tournament. Team Michigan. Shout out to those coaches. Shout out to my teammates. And yeah, man, just such a lasting memory. And that was so many years ago. But, I remember it like it was yesterday. So once again, thanks for tuning in. Sometime I can be a storyteller, but I wanted to kind of share my story with you guys. If you're into this kind of content, please make sure you like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.